Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm back for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me today is a familiar face to the show, to the podcast, one of my brothers from my FSW days. You see the FSW jersey behind me, guy hung up exactly for this interview. I'm talking about a big man living his dream in the pros, my brother, Jonathan Dos Anjos. How's it going, John?
How y'all doing? I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Excited to have you back on for another interview. I got to have you on back when you were still in JUCO after you signed to UTEP. Then after your UTEP career was finished, had you on again. And now we're going to be talking about your first year in the pros, making a little bit of money along the way to do what you love to do best, and that's to ball and dunk on some people. And we're going to get into some of those dunks here in a little bit because I got some crazy highlights to show off. But first, I want fans and viewers to really get to know your background, where you came from, in a quick segment that I like to call Rewind and Recap. We're just going to rewind the clock, go over your career real quick, starting off your collegiate career at Loyola Marymount for your freshman season, and ended up making a name for yourself right off the bat at the Division One ranks. Went on to the JUCO ranks for 2 years with Florida Southwestern, where you continued to dominate first team all conference both years at FSW. Made your way over to UTEP for your final 2 years of your collegiate career to really fine tune your game to get you ready for where you are now, and that's wrapping up your first year in the professional ranks as a professional basketball player. So, absolutely incredible journey that I've gotten to see for the past 5, 6 years now, which is crazy to say that we've known each other that long. Time really does fly, man.
No
But talk real
cap.
quick about this first year in the pros. What was that? What was that like for you? And how would you say you were able to translate your game right away after those 5 years in college?
Oh, I'll say that. I ain't translate my game the 5 years of college. It was kind of hard because it's a different game. Pro life is like they play hard. It's more physical. But my first year was amazing. Like my first couple months here, I didn't play. Like you watch some games, I'm not getting in the core. It's more because that transition from coming to college to play pro, I was not too physical. I had to learn how to play physical with the old guys. So, but with the season going on, I started getting my minutes. I started playing, so I become a starter and start every game since then. But I'll say that it was like more physical than college. It was more one on one and stuff in college. But here, like, it's not as much. Everybody's big, everybody's strong. The guys can run, and it's like 35 years old guys and 19 years old guys. So we play against every age.
Yeah, there's a reason they're playing pro just like yourself. Obviously, they got a lot of talent, same as you. And what's awesome for you is you got to go back to your home country of Brazil and play kind of in front of your home crowd, so to speak. I know you weren't exactly in your city, but you got to play in your back in your home country where you were very familiar with, a lot of American players. I know they go overseas and there's a language barrier, but you obviously didn't really have that as much, if at all. And obviously, being able to play in your home country obviously means a lot to you. I know when you and I talked after you originally signed there, you're like, man, this is going to be awesome for me. What was that like for you to just be able to go back home and continue your dream?
Man, it was awesome. Like I told you when we talked the last time, because I was coming back home, man. I was coming home after I get my degree, finish my college career, and I was playing pro, like what I was dreaming of playing pro basketball. But I was gonna start back in my home country where my parents come see me, my friends, my girlfriend. So like it was amazing. I really loved it.
Yeah, man, that it's super it's just amazing to see you finally living that dream. I remember rebounding for you at FSW. You going around the perimeter, you're like, hey, keep track of how many makes I have. I'm like, all right, let's go. And all around the perimeter, man. I know you remember those days too. And
Nah, for sure.
you
It
dunking
was
on
me,
some good
you,
legs.
Coach Pius. Like I remember that every
Yeah,
night after practice.
that it was the good old days, and it was awesome to watch you go off to UTEP and continue your career at the Division One level. But you did have those injuries that we talked about last time you were on, and your last year of college, you had a brace on your leg. You were trying to get back to what you knew you could be, and this past season. And it was awesome to take notice of when I was going through the highlights for a segment we'll get into in a bit. But you no longer have that brace on your knee. It looks like you're getting back to 100% if you're not already. How did it feel to finally be healthy without that brace on, kind of holding you down to where you could go back to being the elite level athlete you are?
Man, I feel free. It's like it's amazing because I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm not 100% sure, like ready, like playing the way I was playing back in FCW, but I'm getting there. My legs feeling way better. Like you see, I'm not playing with the braces anymore. But coming for that three injuries in 2 years, that like messed my head really bad, you know. So I had to get ready for on pro life. So the first month here was good because I could have prepared myself, get in the weight room, lift the weights, prepare my legs, and get ready for that pro the this pro basketball pro.
Yeah, and you could definitely tell as the season went along, you got that strength back in your leg because you were jumping out of the building once again, just like the FSW days. And I want to talk about some of these insane dunks you had in a quick segment that I like to call Make That Play, where I went through the highlights that were on Synergy that I could find. And I picked out what I thought were your top three plays from this past season. But obviously, I'm just a fan of the stands. I'm just a stats guy, as you know very well from when I did stats for you back in the day. What would
Yeah,
you say as that player, as that pro athlete now, what would you say was your best play from this past season?
man, definitely in the playoffs game. Won our last game. Oh my God, that was like one of my best dunk ever. I couldn't tell because I even told one of my teammates he's American, one of the bigs, the fight man. I told him if I drive with that big man is a little bit late, I'm gonna dunk on him. And this game, like I drove and he was a little bit late, just a little bit. He was like 1 second late. Yeah, I jumped. I went over him. I was like, it was amazing. But it was funny because I closed my eyes because he was came to hit my face. I kind of closed my eyes, so I just feel the ball going in the basket. I hold it the rim. You can see in the video, I kind of hold the rim a bit longer because I felt like I was gonna fall. So I was like, damn. But I stand him. I couldn't yell because I didn't believe it. So I just stand on his ass and it's like he even said that. He even looked at me like, damn. He even like, damn. He knew he.
Oh yeah, well, you and I think alike, man, because that's obviously number one on my list as well. Ended up catching it on the wing, drove the baseline, and like you said, that defender was just a second late. You rose up for a one-handed punch right on top of their big man, and that, like
Yeah.
you said, that was in the playoffs. That's where it matters most. So having big time plays to get energy like that obviously helped out your team. Number two, I have a pick and roll into another big time poster that you had during the season and you ended up setting a screen for your guard who passed it off to you. I believe it was your five man, and
I had the
he
five
came on
best to
the
me.
yeah. When you came on the roll, he found you once again, and you went up for another one-handed jam. Ended up putting another guy on the poster, and then number three, I have a fast break slam coast to coast. Ended up passing it to your teammate. It might have been your point guard, I believe, who hit you right back for a big time dime. And it was funny because the defender he looked back. He's like, "Nah, I ain't jumping to this," because you already were rising up for a two-handed jam, and the defender just went on back on to get ready for offense. So obviously made your impact throughout the season, being able to get back to 100% and show off your athleticism. And you actually got a chance to compete in the dunk contest, kind of like their all-star event, I believe, where you're able to.
Yeah, like NBA All Stars. We had
Yeah,
one here too.
yeah, man. And you got to show off like, hey, I'm one of the best dunkers here in Brazil. Let me show you why. So, what was that like for you to be able to, participate in the all-star activities, be able to compete in that dunk contest, and how did you really prepare for going into that dunk contest? Because I always wonder how these guys like Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, really are able to do what they do and prepare these kinds of dunks.
hmm Like, bruh, first of all, I didn't believe it. Like, it was I felt like a dream. Everybody say like, man, you should have like start dunking because you probably can go to that contest, yada yada yada. And they invite me like out of nowhere. I I'm not supposed to go. It's supposed to go another player, but the player didn't want to participate, so they invite me. So I was kind of like nervous in my head. I was like, man, I can't miss it. I can't I can't go over there and mess up because I'm not supposed to be there first of all, and everybody looking at me like, damn, he's there, especially people from here, in my hometown. So it was amazing. We was prepared. Like, it was playing after practice, after shoot around, we was playing around and stuff. But it was good though. It
Hmm.
was like unbelievable. The energy there and like just being an all-star too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awesome for you, man, to be able to live that dream at a higher level. Like you said, it's kind of like it's not even reality until you're really doing it. And obviously, you got a chance to do that. And on the season as a whole, you ended up averaging 6.2 points per game, 3 rebounds, and an assist per game as well. But it was really towards later on in the season when you really were honestly averaging double figures, it seemed like. You had a 20.8 rebound game in the middle of April and a few days after that, you had another 16-point outing with 6 rebounds as well, with a bunch of other double figure games sprinkled in there towards the last couple of months. But like you mentioned, the first part of the season, you weren't really seeing the floor a whole lot. You had, I believe it was 6 straight games logging less than 10 minutes of action before really taking on that key role in the rotation. How would you say you kind of persevered and adapted to be able to become one of those main guys later on?
Man, I just keep working, like I told the coach just said, John, just keep working. Your time will come, will come. Yeah, I believe in on that, and I believe in the process. That always my coach told me, like, keep working. Your time will come. My parents always told me, if you work hard, your dream come true. You gotta chase the dream. So I was just be in the gym, work my ass off. We was pro, so we don't have like do homework and stuff. So I was just be in the gym all the time. I would wake up in the morning, lifting, practice with the team. I was going back, lunch, taking a nap, and going back to the gym and stay in the gym an hour, 2 hours shooting, and go back home. Doing that every day. And my time came, I had one game. The coach just pulled me. We was already losing the game, and he pulled me. I made two straight tricks, two, two. All right, cool. After that game, I started earning my minutes. He put me in one of the games where we was losing, and I helped the team get back on it, and we won by like 3 points. Yeah, I was one of the best defenders in the core, you know. So I earned the minutes by being myself, playing hard, playing defense, shooting shooting my threes, getting to the basket, stuff like that. You know what I can do, and like you
Mhm.
watched me before.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, man. And like you said before, it's a lot easier when you're not having to write essays for class to where you can just go and
Yeah,
live in the gym. And I know you live in the gym. I think the only time I ever saw you not in the gym was when you were eating in the locker room. It's the only other time I ever saw you because you were always getting those shots up, trying to make sure you could fine tune your game to help your team win. And you were able to help your team win a lot this past season. 18 and 16 overall record in a very tough league in the Brazil NBB. And you guys finished in the upper part of the standings going into the playoffs, actually, because you guys went on a great run early on in the season to where you guys could kind of stand tall over a lot of your opponents. What was it about
yeah.
this team that allowed you guys to put these wins together and make it into the upper part of the postseason?
Man, we was working hard. Like we for sure was one of the teams that worked the most, you know. And we was together, like even being pro, we know how that pro life is. You never know the next year where you're gonna be, like what team we go, what country, whatever. But like we consider us as a family, you know. So we work it ourselves together. Like everything we do, we'll do it together. Practice was practice hard together. We like get on each other, like cursing, but whatever. We practicing hard, hitting each other. But after that, we were still family in the locker room, going to lunch together, our barbecue, whatever. We're doing together as a family. So I feel like that was a big part, that a big difference in our team from everybody else. Yeah, everybody respect each other.
Yeah, and that helped lead you guys into the postseason, where obviously season may not have ended the way you guys wanted it to, but you guys were able to keep it close against a very tough opponent. And even had a blowout win against them, 93 to 71, I believe the score was, is what I saw on Eurobasket.com, which is also where I got the stats and a lot of this information from. Uh, Talk to me about that postseason. What was the vibes when it came to playoff basketball as a rookie in the pros, your first time really getting to experience it at this kind of level? And what was it about that blowout win where your team was able to thrive at a high level that may not have occurred in some of the other games?
Man, so going to the playoffs, I was kind of nervous because it's a different from college, because it's how I'm gonna say it. You gotta eat, I gotta eat too. Everybody got bills to pay, everybody got a family. So it's a dogfight. It's like JUCO, it's a dogfight, you know. So my first game, I was kind of like, I don't know, like, damn, it's tough. But I talked to one of the players that he also went to All Star game with me, and he's like, "Man, you went to All Star game. You one of them. Like, you start for like most of the game. You're not playing, so you earned this minute. You should be in the court. Play hard, man. Play your game. Like, let's go win this." I just put in my head. I was like, "Man, yeah, I'm a pro. Like, can be acting like a kid. Can be nervous. Like, close." And so I opened my chest and went to the fight. And a big difference in our team, a big win was that we lost the first game. So the second game was like, nah, man, we ain't gonna lose the second game. We was playing home too, and the first game we lost by I think three, 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was
And it was
very
like,
close.
damn, man, we could have won. Like, we're like, damn, we could have won the first game. So in the second game, we like since the game was over 0-0, before we got to the locker room to change, we already told ourselves like everybody we talking in the huddle was like, nah, we go get them at home now. We go get them. So even before we get to the plane to go back home, Santa Cruz, oh, Will's already in our head like we go get them when we get back home, you know. So when the ball went up, we was ready. We was prepared because we was prepared since the game was over.
There you go, man. And obviously, you were one of some amazing athletes playing for, this professional basketball team, which is still surreal to say. You guys are making money doing what you love to do. And there's a lot of guys that are very underrated that people aren't talking about enough. That's why I wanted to get you on the
Hmm.
podcast, past couple of years because I knew who Jonathan Dos Anjos was. I knew what you could do. I wanted to get your name out there even more. And that's why I'm always trying to find more ways to get athletes like yourself on that aren't being talked about enough. And that's exactly why I have this segment that I like to call Who's Up Next, where you can actually give me some recommendations. You can give me some players that I can have on the podcast this year, next year, and so on, to where I can help get their name out there more and they can come on and just tell their story, tell their lifestyle. Whether it's in the pros, guys that you know from the college ranks, whatever fits the bill. So there is one rule to this, though. Usually there's two for the college guys, but in the pros, there's only one, and that's whoever you recommend. Got to help me get them on, got to help me reach out. So, what would you say, who would you say are some of these names that come to your mind that you think would make for a great interview on this podcast?
Man, I got three. I'll say I got three people. Two of them,
All right.
you already know them. I'll say give Brian his last year of college, talk to him because I see that he's going back to West Kentucky and he gonna play with Murphy again because Murphy's there.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
trust me, that's already on the schedule. That is coming soon.
because I want to see like because he went to from Tulsa to Arizona State. He's now in West Kentucky, right? No,
Yeah,
no, he went to McKinney.
he went to McNeese.
McNeese. Yeah, McNeese. They went to the tournament. They won the conference, and now he's the West Kentucky. So I'll like talk to him because I want to see his head. He's playing to go play pro, and he's one of my brothers. The second is Kai. You remember Kai,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
and especially because he went through this injury. I saw it in the past season, so I'll talk to him because he's a different. He playing in England. He's a different pro, a little different basketball there, and to see how different it is in cada and how different it is in each country, and the basketball is the same, but at the same time it's the same is a little bit different.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And the third guy is one of my boys that I met in UTEP, Carlos Lemus. He's playing pro Venezuela. I'll help it, reach out to him. We can talk. I'll talk to him too. And he is one of my brothers for real. Like I really like him. I love that man. He helped me my first year. He graduated, then he went and played pro in Venezuela. He played his first year. He was crazy. He made the national team. And but this past month, like a few months ago, he hurt his knee.
Mhm.
So he coming back to it right now. And the season about Venezuela is about to start too. So that's another guy that you should check into.
There you go. Definitely a lot of great names right there. Brian and Kai, I know very well from the FSW days. Uh,
Right.
Brian, I want to point out, led McNeese State, helped them to not just their first ever win in March Madness, but the first ever win in the first round of the NCAA tournament for the Southland Conference as a whole. So making history for an entire conference. So that's a great guy. Kai, obviously, one of the high flyers, just like yourself from FSW, who's doing his thing in the
More
pros.
than me, right?
Yeah, he's crazy athletic.
More
And
than me.
then
Um,
the guy from UTEP that you just mentioned, he's going to be a great one to have on as well. Because I know if you're recommending them, then they are some dogs. Because we know what talent looks like. Obviously, you have the talent in yourself as well, and you're looking to continue your career in the pros, getting ready for year two. Not a rookie anymore. Now you're one of these guys that's been around the block a little bit. How are you
yeah.
really preparing for year two to continue your professional career?
Man, just getting strong now I know what I can do. And just get more to it, be more prepared, get a little bit more strong, keep working on my shot. And for sure, keep working on my body so I don't get hurt again. And more dunks coming in, man. I promise you that.
Hey, there we go, man. You already know I'm going to be tuned in. Thankfully, I have access to Synergy to where I can check out your highlights. I was looking at them throughout the season as the year was going along, just because it was hard to find time to watch the games live, but I always made sure to tune in to support Jonathan Dos Anjos with those big time
Appreciate you,
highlights. Yeah.
man, brother, family.
Absolutely, man. We've been locked in for, like I said before, it's 5, 6 years now, which is crazy to say.
Right.
You've supported my journey just as, I've supported yours, and we're still going, man. I'm going to have you on again next year, obviously after year two, when not only you're going to be an all-star once again, but you're going to be a champion. I already know you getting that trophy, so keep doing
Yeah, I
your thing, man.
appreciate you, bro. We're working for that.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, your busy schedule to hop on this interview once again with Family for Life, and we're going to keep on doing our thing, man.
Nah, I appreciate you. Thanks. It's a pleasure be again on your channel. Sling Sports being with me since day one. You, me, and the core working out and night every night. I'll never forget that. I'll always support you. I wish you good luck in your journey, man. Always. You got my phone number. Text me. We family, man. Never forget you, for real.